Hi, my name is Cole Spritz and I'm a gimbal operator. I just had my first time with the SteadiPod and I think it's a really unique and different tool than the gimbal.
So how long, I see you have it all together, how long does it usually take you to, you know, set that up and balance it?
It usually takes about 7 minutes out of the box.
About 7 minutes, okay. Well, here we have a SteadiPod and it's in the bag. I guess I should time it or something. Of course, I'm kind of blind in one eye and can't see out of the other one, but I'm gonna start the time and I'm gonna take it out. Oops. And put a camera on it. And I usually do the whole balancing thing sitting down in a chair because it's just a little bit easier. But it's basically, I have to balance it forward and backwards like that, and then left to right, and that seems to be balanced and end to end. So it's pretty ready. So what was that, 47 seconds?
Pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
The fact that you can move so quickly with it and you have so much more control over it as a single operator is really interesting from a camera operator's perspective because it lets you do moves that you wouldn't necessarily be able to accomplish otherwise.
Oh, first of all, what is this?
So this is a DJI Ronin 1, but this has the full Cinemilled extensions. You get your pan arm extensions, your tilt arm extensions, and then the Pro Ring, which gets you a little more adaptable. You can do things like crane moves and just generally set it on the ground without having to use a stand and balance it.
So how high can you go with it?
With the Ready Rig, you can go about 8 feet, 9 feet high.
Wow. When you say the Ready Rig, what is that?
It's a support system you can use. It goes off these spindles just to take the weight if you have a heavier payload. With a light camera like this, you don't really need it.
Oh, I think
and you can probably go just as high handheld.
I think I've seen it. That's like a whole big
yeah, it's like a big
thing
kind
you
of
wear,
vest
and it's got
two arms.
And,
yeah. Exactly.
And what does that cost?
$2,700.
Wow. And how much is this?
New, it's around probably $5 grand.
Yeah. Wow. So that's like in the neighborhood of $8,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, but it goes up 8 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, have you seen a SteadiPod before?
I've seen a couple videos, but I've never seen one in real life.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm about to show you one. The first thing I want to show you is, let's say, well, first of all, it does all this stuff. It's like 15 things, okay? The one with the biggest picture is the handheld camera stabilizer because that's the first easiest thing that it does. And you saw how I just put it together. Come over here and watch this. So the first thing I want you to do is watch the shot and follow me. Does it look pretty rock steady?
Looks pretty smooth, yeah.
Okay, now, you know how with stabilizers, if you're wide, they look pretty good, but if you zoom in, not so good. And if they're perfectly balanced, they're pretty good, but if you're unbalanced, then not so good, right? So as you can see right now, it's on the wide end of the lens and it's balanced, so it stays where I want to put it. But I'm gonna flip the viewfinder out, and now it's completely off balance, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm gonna do a Don Juan. Now follow me. See, it's still rock steady. And I can even do an abrupt move, and it's rock steady. The next thing I'm going to show you is the camera boom mode. You know, boom, crane, jib thing, whatever you want to call it. It gets that high. Do you think you can get that high with the...
I could get about that high, maybe a little lower.
Really?
Yeah.
Could I possibly see it?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
This is the mode everyone forgets can exist.
You're my witness.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
After this light camera.
Yeah.
Is it upside down? Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah.
I got a million of them.
that's up there. And it's right side up though, right? Or it's upside
it's
down?
currently upside down. With the Ronin 2, it flips back right side. The Ronin 1, it's still upside down.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want you to do me a favor. I want you to grab this with your left hand and grab that with your right hand and pan and tilt that and tell me if you ever felt anything smoother. I know there's tons of stuff that's as smooth, but have you ever felt anything smoother than that?
Maybe an O'Connor 2575, but
Which is a how expensive fluid head?
ooh, I don't know, 25,000, somewhere around there.
Exactly,
15,000?
exactly. And have you ever seen a fluid head with a built-in Dutch tilt that's lockable in any position?
That is nice. The tilt is not around, not available. Eddie won the SteadiPod challenge for sure. Yeah, his shot was way better than mine. What can I say? I think the SteadiPod definitely gives you an edge in scenarios like that, just because you do have so much control and it's so lightweight that you can be more precise with your framing. And if you don't have an external monitor, you can frame your shots way easier with the SteadiPod. You're not having to look around tubes and try to fight to see what you're shooting. You can just see it right there. I've never met him before. We met on Frugal Filmmaker group, I think. I responded to a post. But yeah, we've never met before. I think it's definitely a good tool to have in your kit just because it's so versatile. You can go from being a monopod to doing a walking shot to pretty much anything you can imagine, all with one tool without having to swap things over and break out your multi-tools to swap plates and reposition. You can just do it super quickly with